What sort of man would lay covered with stripes from a beating no human could stand? What sort of man would not try and resist as the hammer pounded nails in his hands? What sort of man would bear scorning and shame from a mocking crowd filled with contempt? What sort of man would shed buckets of blood so that those who were mocking should live? It was all that he wanted to give. What kind of man would bear splinters of wood in his back from the crossbeam he bore? What kind of man would stand silent and wait as the soldiers stood taunting his sores? What kind of man would hang struggling for breath as the cross hit the hole in the ground? What kind of man would not curse and cry out and bear his pain without making a sound? He was lost so that we could be found. Jesus. Jesus. What is man that you are mindful of him? Jesus. Jesus. He's the only man crowned without sin. What kind of king would lay suffering and pain for the people he knew would not hear? What kind of king would cast off his great crown for the kingdom he held so dear? This kind of king won't stand idly by while his kingdom is torn into shreds. This King of Kings gave his life for a cause, now he reigns and he's coming again. He's our king and he's coming again. Jesus. Jesus. What is man that you are mindful of him? Jesus. Jesus. He's our king and he's coming again. Jesus. Jesus. What is man that you are mindful of him? Jesus. Jesus. He's our king and he's coming again.